out here is that the NSA has awarded a secret cloud computing contract worth up to $10 billion to Amazon Web Services, AWS. The contract is already being challenged. Tech giant Microsoft filed a bid to a protest bid on July 21st, 2 weeks after being notified that the NSA had selected AWS for the contract. So I guess both agencies did know about this secret contract and bid on it. Not a whole lot is known about this contract other than it has to do with an NSA cloud program and it's codenamed Windy and Stormy. Something kind of interesting about this is I believe the direction the U.S. intelligence community was going was not for these intelligence agencies to build their own cloud software, but rather to build a cloud software to integrate the networks. And so I'm not sure if this is a part of what I think they call the C2E platforms and what the CIA is awarding and setting up, or if this is a separate program that the NSA is running something for in-house. Now, there's reasons, a lot of reasons to be concerned about this. The main one is just, the ties between big tech and the military industrial complex, the intelligence complex here, the deep state and the government. These are massive contracts. AWS is Amazon's most profitable sector. And, we're talking about not just up to $10 billion for this, but of course, the Pentagon was offering a cloud contract called JEDI that Amazon Web Services sued over several times to the point where the Pentagon has now scrapped it and is offering a new contract. There's also the C2E program that the U.S. intelligence agencies is putting together. Back in 2000, I think 12, Microsoft, or 2013, Amazon Web Services actually got 600 million for that, and right now that contract I think is worth multi-billion dollars and is being split mostly between Amazon Web Services, Microsoft. But I think IBM, Google, and Oracle also all get a piece of that contract. Microsoft challenge, I'm not sure, if it's going to be awarded or not. There's a lot of issues with people going from these agencies or contractors from these agencies to these, big tech companies. And then what happened with the JEDI, the Pentagon cloud contract was, I believe it was awarded to Microsoft twice, but it was found that the Pentagon had somebody on the payroll who had already signed a contract with Microsoft who was advocating for, kind of a way for Microsoft to get the whole contract. And so, Amazon sued, but it's a whole mess how much these tech companies claw over each other to try to get all these contracts. And of course, they getting money from the government's important, and having hiring people who work for the NSA or CIA to Apple or whatever is important to have this. So then you have more of that influence at Apple, but also our Amazon, Apple, any of these companies, big tech companies. But then on top of that too, maybe these companies will decide that the more they play ball on pushing the narrative of the CIA and all of this, and maybe on Twitter's end, making sure they're censoring and promoting content that's for more war, more intervention in Afghanistan, rather than promoting content that's against it. And so I think all that plays into this as well. So it's really problematic. And then the other thing is let's say Amazon does a good job on this and doesn't just waste our taxpayer dollars, then the NSA is going to have a more effective system to surveil on all of us, which is a negative part of all of this as well. So this is really concerning that this is being done and the contract is happening so secretly. I'm somewhat concerned that if Microsoft didn't file this complaint, that we wouldn't have even known it was happening at all, and it would be not until like an Edward Snowden comes along, in 2025 and, leaks documents and blows the whistle on Windy and Stormy. Now we have some idea that this exists, and hopefully, the independent media at the very least could continue to expose what's happening here.